Yes, people, welcome to another edition of the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, also joined by my fellow co-host JV. First and foremost, JV, what you telling me? You good and everything?
Yeah, man, I'm good, brother. You know me, just a little cold out here, but yeah, man, I'm good, fam.
It is very cool. It is cool. Yeah, it is, man. Man stepped outside just to put something in the bins outside. I'm like, it was frosty out here. Lord of mercy.
Different, fam.
Unnecessarily frosty. Like I start every show on Sarcasm City TV. Big up to everybody who's supporting. Big up everybody who locks in pretty much on a daily basis. If you've not seen Tuesday's episode with Rob Bruce, you know what I'm saying? Shout out our Don Rob from Capital Extra. You know what I'm saying? This is how we do. We get people from national broadcasting. You know what I'm saying? We get people who are on national radio. We might be on radio, but we're not on national radio. So shout out Rob. Make sure you go and check out that episode. And if you all shows on Sarcasm City TV, there's a playlist. So each show you can go direct to any show you want. So if you want just ManDem United, you can go to the ManDem United playlist. If you want just Yardem City. If you want just the watch alongs, you can go to the watch alongs. Agenda FC, the Q&A, Sarcasm City podcast, etc. There's playlists for everything. So you get me? It's like a TV guide for you lot. You know what I'm saying? It's like a TV guide, so you lot can go and find everything. But yo, big up to everybody who is locked in. Make sure on your way in, you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share it and make sure you subscribe to the channel. It is road to 2,000 subscribers on Sarcasm City TV. We're now under 300 away, actually. You know what I'm saying? So you lot subscribing. We're now under 300 away. So yeah, man. Big up Billy, who was here early and that, who said, oh, it's going to be lit. Big up to Billy. Big up the Ugly Gram, who says, man, like Flawless and JV. Yeah, big up. Big up RB, who says, big up Flawless, JV and JV. Like and subscribe, guys. Yes, like and subscribe. 187 Gangster Crip says, big up Flawless and JV. So does Ryan. Shout out Ryan as well, who is now on Twitter, by the way. Ryan, you're now on Twitter, and I've made you a mod. Like I said, I'll say this again. The majority of you lot who are here on a regular basis, I have made a mod. If I missed you, let me know, and I'll be made sure to add you. 187 Gangster Crip, getting straight to it. He put hashtag 21 in 2021. Omar Mali says, yes, lads, big up. Yeah, me, big up. He says, Flawless is mad that he's grown so much. I was on vacation in Dubai, still I saw you with Rob from Capital Extra. Yeah, man, we doing big things over here and that. You know what I'm saying? Man's now calling you a Derby brother. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what's this one? That why have I done? We got some Derby swagger or something. Jeez, all right. Say that in. Yes, man. Shout out the Midlands crew.
Shout out the Midlands crew. Big up Anis, who says, yes, man, them like the video. But yeah, like I said, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like the video. If you're watching on my Twitter, make sure you retweet and like the tweet also. We do apologize for the lateness, but hey, like Lewis says, lateness is greatness. But yeah, man, let's get these shares up. Let's get these likes up. But okay, let's get into the video anyway. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into the show. Get me? Top of the league. Is Ollie getting it right? Let me repeat that. Top of the league. Is Ollie getting it right? So I have to say good afternoon to everyone who supports the team's top of the league, first and foremost. Secondly, top of the league, is Ollie getting it right? We'll start with you, JV. Top of the league, is Ollie getting it right?
At this moment in time, I can only say yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's doing what he should be doing at this, and that's the big part at this moment in time. You get what I'm saying? You know what I think a lot of it is? I think a lot of it is maybe down to, well, I've said this, you know, if you watch shows regular, you'll know that I've always said it's down to how the league is this year, but he has taken advantage of it. Do you know what I mean? The league's been the same for everyone. So why can't Lampard have taken advantage of it? Why hasn't Arteta taken advantage of it? Why hasn't, do you get what I'm saying? There's bare other people who could take, because I know that's what it will be. I tell you this right now. If we win it, it will be, it was because the season started late. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how I see it. Right now, he's getting it right. One of the main things I'd say he is doing, we don't seem to be having Pogba so deep anymore. I think that's something that's clicked. You know what I'm saying?
What do you know? I don't mean to be negative on it, but, you know, play an attacking midfielder as an attacking midfielder. Surely that's just common sense. Same way you would play a defensive midfielder as a defensive midfielder. You play a right back as a right back. Surely, you play the goalkeeper in net. You wouldn't play him at centre back, would you? You know what I'm saying?
You know
But
what I'm saying?
the penny has dropped, and one thing, sorry to cut you off, one thing I do give Ollie credit for is how he's handled the Pogba situation, because he could have easily frozen him out. He could have easily have frozen him out, said you're never going to play again, but no, he's got it right. But yeah, go on, continue.
You know what I have to rate him for as well? It's how he's handled the situation, but it's also how he's handled Pogba as well, in the sense of, for how I can see this situation, I think they've clearly had a chat. I think they've clearly had a chat, and I think they both know what they want from each other. Do you know when sometimes something don't work between people because they don't know what it is? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, what is it? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's been some sort of chat, whether it's a big half an hour chat or it's, literally 40 seconds. Do you know what I'm saying? I think there's been something there. Something has clearly happened for Ole and the team to get us where we are, because there's certain things which weren't happening before, which are happening now. Do you get what I mean? The whole morale seems to be lifted. I'll always go back to the whole Bailly, and when he makes that last ditch tackle and everyone's around him. That's not, as I said when I first seen that, that's something I've not seen at our club for a very, very long time. Very long time. You know what I mean?
Yes, I get it.
Sometimes our teams, and it's not even that they've seemed like that, but that is exactly what our teams have been. If you look at, say, even by the time Van Gaal's our manager, he's dealing with a squad that's half Fergie, half Moyes.
Yes.
Then Van Gaal goes after bringing his people. Then Mourinho's got a squad what's like, 10% Fergie, 20% Moyes, 30% Van Gaal, and the rest him. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and you can actually see that in past performances, past seasons, our team has looked like a bunch of people who've been put together at the last moment. Yeah, but if you really deep it, that's what it is.
That's what it is. It's been a mismatch. I think Gary Neville said something like this along the lines when Mourinho came in, and he said, "Yo, it's like a chef, and you've got all different chefs with all different types of food and ingredients, and that's why it's a mess. The cake's not going to be good. You get me? You got some Caribbean cuisine, then you got some European cuisine in there, then you got some South American cuisine in there, and then you've got some Asian cuisine in there.
Exactly,
like separate, they can all run. But you put them together, it's not gonna. It's
true, bro. Man can't eat no dumplings with no mash. You know what I'm saying? I can't eat dumplings with mash. It just don't go. You get what I'm saying? And that's what it is. We've had dumplings, we've had mash, we had a bit of haggis on the plate there from Moyes. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's just not worked. You know what I'm saying? Now we've got the every part of the ingredients are on the same recipe right now at this moment in time. You know what I mean? We might go to add an ingredient in and realize it's gone off, and it might throw things off for a bit, and we have to take it out. You get what I'm saying? But the majority of the recipe is one. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So that's what I think. I think it's almost a timing thing as well. I think is as much as he has been in his wrong, he's still learning, isn't it? Like, as much as we get at him, he is still learning. He's learned all this 10 years. He has been a manager for 10 years, but I don't think he's ever had to learn on the job. So then all that 10 years experience becomes, how can I put it? It becomes invalid. You know what I'm saying? He's actually came to us probably with nothing that he has been able to use. And I don't even say that in a bad way, because I don't see winning the Norwegian league or getting relegated with Cardiff. I don't see what experience you've gained there that would qualify you for our job. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. He's actually learning how to be a Premier League manager at a top team on the job. You get what I'm saying? So he's making good headway. The one thing for me, and this is one thing I've said recently of him, I've been his biggest critic for a long time, but I have actually said for a while, it's a confidence thing for him. And now I feel like he is.
You said this maybe.
Yeah, I actually think it's a confidence thing, because he's always had those results. He's had better results and performances than a Mourinho, than a Van Gaal, than a Moyes. Do you get what I mean? We've always looked unsure in our performances, even in good performances. But you can actually say with Ole, when we're good, we're actually good. Do you get what I mean? When we're good under Ole, we're good, and when we're bad, we're very bad. Do you get what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
Ole doesn't really like how can I put it? There's not many games that Ollie wins where we shouldn't have won, if that makes sense. We kind of know where it's going to go. We might get a lucky goal, but we kind of already know. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's one of them. I just think he needs to stick to his guns. I think he is going for it a bit. The one thing we will know though, there will be a very big indication come an hour before that Liverpool match where he is. Yes, where he is with the confidence, where he is with the whole team selection and, you know, reverting back to type and things like that. We will get a very big hint of how seriously he takes us being in a title race Sunday. What time is the kickoff on Sunday?
We kick off at 4:30, and there will be a watch along on this channel, people, starting at 4 o'clock, just to let everyone know, in case you didn't know. We do watch alongs for every single Manchester United game. There'll also be a watch along today for the Arsenal Crystal Palace game. Cam will be running that, so that will start at 7:30 because Arsenal kick off at 8, just letting you lot know. But yeah, go on, continue, fam.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So what, we kick off 4:30. I'm telling you right now, Twitter, everywhere, the social media world, the footballing world, by 3:30 on Sunday, when that lineup comes out, we will know really what he thinks of all of this. Because he's in an excellent position. You know what it is really right now? He could, between now and the end of the season, he could demolish the whole Ollie in, Ollie out thing. He could literally bring the fans he could bring the whole fan base together as one.
Yeah. Definitely,
he could actually do it, and he could actually gain the respect of the footballing world if he does what he can in terms of with the team. When I say he as a manager, that's a different thing, because it you know what it is with him. It's an experience thing, isn't it? But sometimes his decision making, to be honest, has been his biggest weakness in the past. It is getting better, and I say that it is getting better, but it's the pressure moments where we will find out.
Yeah, you know, I've said this for the longest about him, and this is why, even in the position we're in, I don't believe we can win the league, because you mentioned it, their decisions. And when it comes to key decisions, I don't trust him to get this right. And that's not a shot at him. I've said this before, and I'll say this again. I just think he is not good enough. So this is why I don't get mad when he makes wrong decisions. This is why I don't get mad when he's making changes and bringing on Donny at the 87th minute and he's bringing on Greenwood, because this is what you do. How often does something have to happen before you realize, and I'm not talking about you, just in general, it's a pattern. This is how he thinks this is the way. He thinks this is the way to go forward. This is the way to be successful. So to answer the question of the title, we're top of the league, is Ollie getting it right? What I will say is, in terms of results, he's getting it spot on, because we're top of the league. That cannot be argued. Whether you're Ollie in, Ollie out, whatever, whether you think he's good enough, I don't think he's good enough. I'm Ollie out. Results-wise, he's getting it right. Right now, when you look at performances, that's where the issue lies. Because the way Manchester United play, and someone said in the comments as well about individual brilliance, that's what we rely on. And to me personally, that is not sustainable to win a league title. To win an FA Cup, sure. To win a League Cup, sure. Even a Europa League, but your big trophies, your Premier Leagues and your Champions Leagues, that's not sustainable. So this is why I don't think we can win the league. And it's simply because if you look at the Manchester City game, when we don't produce moments of individual brilliance, we have nothing. Manchester City won at a canter. The thing is, because the Premier League is not that good, and we have the quality we have, and we have to credit Ollie for that, because what he's done with this squad in terms of the improvement of it is amazing. Mine is Dan James. He's the only signing I particularly don't like. I like all of his other signings. Wan-Bissaka gets stick. I'm a fan of Wan-Bissaka. Harry Maguire gets stick. Me and you have defended Harry Maguire many times on here. I like Harry Maguire. Cavani, good signing. Big fan of Tellers. Big fan of Donny. So out of all the 6 or 7 signings he's made, he's got one wrong. That's great. That's better than any other manager we've had. Well, people won't give him credit for that. If you have Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Tellers, Donny, Cavani, James, that's 6. He's got 5 out of 6. If you get 5 out of your 6 signings right, that's a fantastic return. That's an absolutely phenomenal return when you look at what Mourinho did. I don't think he got 5 out of 6. No. Van Gaal didn't get 5 out of 6. Moyes didn't make that many signings. So that's where we have to give him credit. And that's why we're in the position we're in. It's because of the players we have. When you have, I say this all the time, Rashford, Cavani, Greenwood, Martial, Pogba, Bruno, when you have players of that Donny as well, players of that caliber, all it takes is for one of them to have a moment to win those games. We weren't good against Burnley. We played better in the second half, but we didn't play well overall. And it was 1-2 pieces. The way Rashford picked out Pogba was exceptional, because I seen Rashford in that game fire 3. I think it was 2 crosses before that, and he's just fired him in. Not looking for anyone he's fired. That time he's picked out Pogba. And a lot of people will tell you he doesn't have a footballing brain. He doesn't have the IQ. That's a smart decision, because he could do a lot there. He stopped the ball, you get me, by the byline, looked out Pogba and picked him out with the perfect pass. If that's over here or under hit, Pogba can't volley that. And then obviously the quality from Pogba shines through. But that was literally the moment of individual brilliance. Yes, Maguire shouldn't have had that goal ruled out, because that was definitely not a foul. Cavani arguably could have scored a couple. Martial should have definitely scored. Cavani, actually, one of them definitely should have scored. So we was better in the second half. So yeah, that's my point on it. Performance-wise, not good enough. And I will continue to critique that, because that's the bare minimum. All I'm asking for is, I'm not even asking for a great style of play and for it to be attractive. I'm just asking for a style of play so we know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? There's something to build upon. Then the players know what to expect and they get used to it. But performance-wise, not good enough currently. Results-wise, yes, because we're top of the league.
Go on, just on that point.
Go on.
When you said in terms of individual brilliance, you see, here's the thing. Other teams have individual brilliance, but you see, and this is what a lot of people don't see when we're speaking about individual brilliance. It's the fact that other teams have that, but what they do is they set a platform or a base for the players with the individual brilliance to shine. Do you get what I'm saying? There's a method to it. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Barcelona's got hella individual brilliance. Do you get what I mean?
True.
But they give them players the platform in order to gel together and do it as a team. This is something where I think if you look at us recently, and I think it coincides a little bit with Cavani coming in, the approach playing the final third is a little bit different in terms of how I would say there's more of a thought to go down the middle now. With Bruno as well, obviously playing centrally, we tend to go more down the middle now. We used to see, like, if you remember at one point, last season, even towards the start of this season, it was kind of like, give it Rashford on the wing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying to an extent.
We just have Rashford on the byline, and it's like, yeah, we'll go down there, and then we'll try something there. You know what I mean? So it's now a case of we're trying to bring players into the game. We're trying to get players closer together around the 18-yard box, which does make a lot of sense, because in past seasons, you've seen players like Lukaku absolutely isolated. You know what I mean? And I think we're edging a bit more towards maybe giving these players a base, because one thing which Ole needs to realize, if he actually comes up with an effective method with those forward players.
Oh, we clear. This is why I'm so critical of him, because we have, to me, in the Premier League, our attacking options, no one can talk to us. In terms of strikers, wingers, of inside forwards, and attacking midfielders, nobody in the Premier League can match us. The closest to us, I believe, is Manchester City. And once they lost David Silva, I think that's where they fell off. Like, they're the only team that's close. Yes, they have De Bruyne, they've got Foden, they've got Mahrez, they've got Sterling, they've got Aguero. That's probably their 5, but we have 4 up front alone. If we're playing 2 up front, we can pick from, obviously, Martial and Greenwood haven't been scoring a lot of goals, but they're still quality players. And Martial he just needs to get better in front of goal this season. But we still have Martial, Greenwood, Rashford, and Cavani all to choose from. What other team in the Premier League has 4 strikers of that caliber to choose from? There isn't one.
Imagine we could think it. Imagine we could. I know Liverpool fans will try to throw theirs in. But I'm not interested in Firmino, because the same stick Martial gets in the mainstream media, Firmino gets forgot about for. Do you know what I mean? Man will tell you, oh, Firmino's, but he's this, and that. For me, Firmino's had one good season at Liverpool, but that's another conversation. It's like we could really go into a game. Like, all right, then say that Burnley game, it could have got to 70th minutes, and we could have had on the pitch Martial, Rashford, Cavani, and Greenwood. Do you get what I mean? We could have just thrown it at it. We could have just, and that's a lot of firepower. I was trying to get the right word. It's firepower. You see, like other times in the season, there'll be opposition managers, who would, I'll put it to you like this. You see, if I'm playing you and you're the United manager and you've got all these players, I'm wary of going for it. I'm wary of maybe telling my team, right, you know what? Wingers, you get right up there next to the strikers and we go for it. I'm now wary of leaving spacing behind because of what you have on the bench. So that affects my tactics as a manager. Do you get what I'm saying? You see now if this is a year or two ago and my options on the bench are Pereira and Dan James, out of form Lingard. Do you get what I'm saying? A Juan Mata who's not got the legs. So later on in a game or in a fast-paced game, I'm not really going to bring him on. You know what I'm saying? He's not really of any use. If I then see that on your bench, I go for it. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes. I go for it.
Your lack of quality on the bench gives me strength and makes me go, there's nothing, anything to worry about. And this is why I say before every game and when we're doing predictions, I always say the same thing regarding Manchester United. We have the better team. Go and be aggressive, play on the front foot. Let the opposition worry about us. This is what I said about Burnley. Yes, Burnley's a tough place to go. Not disputing that whatsoever. But there's a reason they're fighting relegation. Go there and treat them like they are fighting relegation. And in the first half, we didn't do that. What did we do in the second half? Turned it up. As soon as we turned it up, we started creating chances. As soon as we turned it up, I started to implement ourselves. You get me? Impose yourself on the game because you are the better team with the better standard of players. Show that. And we did that. And we should have won more than 1-0. You know what I'm saying? Burnley, defensively, we were great as well. Let's get that in there. Because Burnley didn't have a shot on target. Like, let's not mistake that. That's props to the whole defensive line. That's props to the goalkeeper, the back four, and Matic. That's props to them all. Shaw, Wan-Bissaka. You lot love to get on Maguire's case when he plays bad. Give him his flowers when he plays well. Eric Bailly was just Eric Bailly. Wan-Bissaka went about his business. Luke Shaw, who I'm not the biggest fan of, played very well. Matic, who gets a lot of criticism, played well because that's the type of game for him. But we're going to get to the comments. But before we do, you lot, we got over 20 people watching across all platforms. Keep sharing it. Get the likes up on the video. Mods, let me know how many likes we are on in the video, and also get everybody liking it as well. Big up everybody in the comments supporting. We appreciate it. Ravi says, big up, lads. United can stay consistent with the squad and manager and win the league. If we can stay, because we'll soon find out. Anis, who's obviously, again, not one of Ollie's biggest fans, said, listen, I'm not Ollie's biggest fan, and I give him a lot of stick. But with how the players are turning up right at the right moments, I can't complain. And that's what it is. Because we are Moments FC. This is why people are like, oh, how you still Ollie out, even though we're top of the league? Because I know how much more we could be clear. We should be more than 3 points ahead of Liverpool to me. With the players we have and the games we've lost and drawn, minus the 6-1 against Spurs, and we've seen Spurs' deficiencies yesterday. We've seen the Spurs' deficiencies yesterday. I watched that game, and that's no different. It's not like Spurs were amazing the start of the season and all of a sudden they fell off. Spurs can be got at, but that's a whole other thing. But if you look at the games we've drawn and lost, minus the Spurs games, a lot of those points dropped falls on the manager's decision-making, whether it's team selection, whether it's tactics, whether it's substitutions too late. The 2 trophies we've gone out of, that falls on the manager heavily. How we've gone out of the Champions League and the Carabao Cup also. So this is why in it, my level of expectation might be higher than some people's, but I expect the bare minimum. I expect when it's not going right for an hour, 65 minutes, our manager to change it. That's what I'm expecting, despite who's on the pitch. Even if you don't make subs, make a formation change. Right, we're just going to go 4-4-2. You hear me? Or we're going to go 4-3-3. You know what I mean? Or we're going to push Bruno and Pogba high as 2 10s, or play them as 2 8s. Or we're going to get the ball out wide and cross it into the box for Cavani. Do something different is what I'm asking for. But yeah, go on, fam.
And I was going to say, I liked one thing I seen in that Burnley match. And it was the fact that I don't know whether it was, you know what, actually, I'm going to give Ollie the credit. I'm going to say Ollie did it. I like the fact that Bruno wasn't having his best game.
Keep going.
And he dropped back. He did what we've been asking for the longest. He wasn't having his best game. He dropped back, and Pogba then went more forward, which resulted in that goal. So this is where I'm saying that he does deserve credit for certain decisions. Even the Rashford decision to leave Rashford on in that match, I wouldn't say Rashford was playing very well in that match. I wouldn't say at all. I'd say up until his assist, because I seen Greenwood was like getting ready to come on. I was gonna say he should have come on earlier, but then I also like the fact that he got Rashford. Rashford got the assist and he took him off. I like that because he's saying there, he's showing a bit of steel, if you get what I'm saying. It's not like, oh, you got an assist now, you can stay on. He's saying, yeah, you know what, you've got your assist, but I've already made my plans. This is happening. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a little bit of things that are happening at the moment, which you have to give him credit for, because I feel like maybe if that's earlier in the season or last season, he brings Rashford on off our 80 something minutes. You know what I mean? After he probably doesn't get that assist and he stays on waiting. Do you know what I mean? Waiting for him to do something. So for me, he got that one right. He got that one very right. And he does like Anna said, he does deserve a lot of stick for maybe the past, but at the moment, there's no complaints. Do you get what I mean? We can't sit here and be like, Ollie out, this and that.
No, because he's getting the results right. We can still critique. Here's the thing: is people get it mistaken because you're doing well doesn't mean that you can't be critiqued. Fergie did exceptional and was still critiqued. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like anybody can do well and still be critiqued. Like I don't know. Say for instance, Vardy could finish top goal scorer, but he'll still be in his mind going over chances he missed that season that cost Leicester points. But he was still the Golden Boot winner. But he can still be critiqued. So he's not.
See what that is?
Criticism. You know what I mean? Because
that's elite.
Yes, that's mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that people can praise us, for instance, about this show and etc. But that doesn't mean we're above criticism. That doesn't mean that me and JV don't talk on a weekly basis trying to improve the show, trying to come up with new guests and new ideas, etc. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's been going well and the subs are going up, you aim for the best. You know what I'm saying? We're not comfortable. All right, we got 1.7k subs. Let's just chill now and slack off and miss weeks. And come on every one Tuesday every fortnight, one Thursday every 3 weeks, and not get no guests and miss all the comments, etc., etc. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, we aiming to improve. Like, that's what it is, even though it's going well. Shout out Eddie, who says, my G's, that Burnley game was a bar fight and we came and got it done. I've seen this joke about Pogba in the third kit. It's funny. Pogba plays in the Juve shirt when he plays in the third kit. I've seen that. Anas here says, by the way, I'm still concerned over his in-game management is still poor. We know this though. This is why it's not a shock. I know his in-game management's poor. So when he makes poor decisions, I'm not shocked by it. I'm literally hoping the players can do the business. That's literally it. Ugly Graham says, Ollie rates Pogba as one of the best players in the world. He loves Pogba. I put Pogba in that bracket though. Man management is on point. Tactically, be still behind. I would agree with that. I would say that, definitely. 187 Gangster Crip says, great to Ollie for getting us to top, but I'm still pissed we're out of the Champions. It still stings. Big up Jupe, who says top of the league, but not for long. But yo, who's top of the league right now? You get what I'm saying? Top of the league. Top of the league. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Ugly Graham says, if Lindelof starts over Bayer, it shows Ollie ain't good enough. Yeah, he can't start. He can't not start against Liverpool. He can't, even him, he can't do that. He can't look at that game and go, all right, I'm not going to play Bayer. Even if
Lindelof.
I'd like to see a free, but go on.
Lindelof should, if he tries to, Lindelof should say no. Say nah, bro. Put Eric in. Get him in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what it is as well? Like, as much as you're very right there, we could do a free. We could very much do a free. Yeah. But how I'm thinking at the moment is, I think we should just go for him. Because I think their midfield's very workmanlike. Yes. So do you see how what we could do to that midfield in terms of pressing them and pushing them and harrying them, and we could turn it on them. So I think I know what our formation will be. I think Pogba will be deep in a double pivot with McTominay, and I think that will be.
I hope it's Fred. We'll go and continue. I hope it's Fred.
You know, I think it will be McTominay.
Yeah.
To counter. Well, it depends who they're playing, because I think if you've got Fabinho in there, we need someone like that in there. Do you get what I mean? In terms of the physical aspect, height, and all of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's where the battle's won. I think it's midfield. I think it's won in the midfield. They've obviously got Thiago. Is he going to be 100% fit? Don't know. But I think we need to get Bruno and Pogba, because for me, Pogba's midfield displays the last few games has been what we've been crying out for.
He's played
for the longest. He's literally, you know what it is? If you've noticed, I've noticed Pogba starts playing well and Bruno doesn't play as well. And I don't know if that's if there's any correlation between that, but it's almost as if Pogba has taken over the lead role. But what we need is them both, you know, like Xavi and Iniesta style. You know what I'm saying? Where they're both on point. You get what I'm saying? And that for me is where, like I said, I think that's where that game's won. I think if we could even try and mimic their midfield and just play a flat three, because theirs don't really, even though one man might be, you know, labeled as a defensive midfielder, I don't think one of them is in terms of full match. I think they all literally do that. I think they play like what's that thing that the table football? That's how their midfield is. It's just three man in a line. Do you get what I'm saying? And they don't move from that position. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, trigger them, man. Trigger them. But yeah, that's what I mean. I literally think that's where it's won. It's the midfield, because I think their defense is weak anyway. I'd actually like to see Martial against Trent. I want to see that. I want to see Martial wide.
You know what it is? You know, Rashford spanned Trent, but whether it's Martial, whether it's Rashford, target him is what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know who's fit at their centre backs. Obviously, we know Van Dijk's out. I think Gomez is out. Ryan will tell us in the comments. I'm not sure if Matip's fit, so that means it'll be Matip, Henderson, or Matip and Fabinho, or Matip and one of their younger central defenders. I'm with you on that, JV. Don't go gung ho, but let's play on the front foot. Target them. Let's get Pogba, Bruno, Martial might not be fit, Rashford, Cavani, all on the pitch. Let's get Greenwood against. Let's put Greenwood up against Robertson. That man don't want to see them. As much as I'm concerned, I'm worried about their players, because we know Mane's top quality. We know Salah's top quality. Firmino can do bits. I'm not sure if Jota's fit, but we know those four can be dangerous. The same way we'll worry about those four, let them worry about our attacking players. That's how I'm looking at it. But yeah, we're on 18 likes. Let's get this to 20 likes, people. Let's get this to 20 likes. Let's get them likes up. Let's do it. We'll get to as many of the comments as we possibly can also. But like I always say, if we do miss comments, we apologize. And if you want your comment to be seen and spoke about, the super chat is available. You know what I'm saying? We are eligible for monetization. So that way me and JV will go in depth on whatever question or whatever comment you brought up. So yeah, looking at big up Timothy Lee in the comments, big up Ronan Wright also, who says, if he picks the right team on Sunday and goes for it, we can beat them. Terrified he will play Lindelof. If Bailly plays, I think we win. He cannot play Lindelof. Even he can't play Lindelof. If he plays them as a free, I'm cool with that. If he went with the free of, say, Lindelof, Bailly, Maguire, or went Shaw, Bailly, Maguire, cool. Bailly and Maguire, well, Maguire will play. Bailly has to start. He's playing in form. To me, Bailly has to start the same way Pogba has to start. How do you do it? Yeah, do you go? Go on.
No, I'm just saying, there's no way you can't start him, man. There's no way.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Timothy Lee says Ronaldo can do jack shit all game, but he'll never get subbed. He'll never get subbed because he can produce something at any point. Not comparing any of our players ability-wise to him, but players like Lash, Bruno, Pogba can. And I get what you're saying, but that's where decision making is key. Obviously, Ronaldo, because of what he's done in the past, has earned the right to have a bad game and stay on. Right, Rashford, Bruno, and Pogba aren't there yet, like you said there, but it depends on managers live and die by that. Like you said there, if he brings off Rashford against Burnley and we don't score that goal, it was the wrong decision to take Rashford off. But because he left Rashford on, Rashford sets up the winning goal. It's the right decision. And this is what I keep saying is you live and die as a manager by your decisions, by your key decisions, your subs, your team selections, your formations, etc., etc. And that one, he got right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like that. It's one of them. Do you leave the player on? But hey, that's why he gets paid the big bucks. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Yeah, man. I big up RB and that. Big up all the moderators as well. He says, subscribe if you're new to the channel, nearly at 2K subs. Yeah, man. Whether you've been rocking with us for a while or you're new here, hit the sub button. ManDem United podcast you get every Tuesday and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Uglygram says we should go at it. Jota's not fit. That's what Ryan's saying.
Yeah, so, Ryan, you know what? Ryan, give me the lowdown, Ryan.
Yeah,
give me the lowdown.
He said he's not fit. Big up Daniel as well, who says if he plays Lindelof, having seen by his form, is criminal. Yeah, I agree. And big up Daniel as well. Make sure you check out his content and subscribe to his channel. Hilarious, hilarious, and hilarious. Big up NM also. He says, big up JV and Flawless. Great to see you growing your platform. Yeah, man, that's what it is. Big up, man. Much appreciate. So how do we go for it at Liverpool? How do we go for it? Do you go with the back three and play 3-4-3/3-5-2? Or do you go 4-2-3-1? Or do you play 4-3-3? And I'm not asking what you think Ollie will do. What would you do? Because I'm thinking in my head, what would I do? Personally, would I go with the back three? I'd probably go with the back three, you know.
Do you know what I'm thinking? Why maybe not the back three?
Go on.
Just because of how defense. You see, if we go with the back three,
yeah,
and it kind of gives their defense like not a day off, but they would see it. So how I'm trying to say is, if their back four is not their proper back four, and then they see us go to that formation, they know their full defense only has to occupy 2 players. Do you understand where I'm coming from? That's why I think we should mirror them, like actually mirror them 4-3-3. Because then what I'm trying to say is, if Rashford, is on Trent all game, or whoever's on our left is on Trent all game, and whoever's on our right is on Robertson all game, and then our midfield is on Job, it is then down to their forwards to win the game. And I'm not saying that their forwards can't. They could rock up and win it all on their own. But by how they play, their service comes from deeper. It comes from the wing backs. There's a reason why Wijnaldum don't get no assists. There's a reason, do you know what I mean? Or goals. No, it's true, bro. I'm not even said that to this.
Yeah, I know you not said it to this. It's just a matter of which you put it. Not only is it factual, it's funny. That's all it is.
You know what I'm saying? There's a reason, bro, because he's not there for that. Do you know what I'm saying? You literally got 3 man in a team. You see, like when what's his name? Wenger always used to moan about Fletcher, or he's just there to tackle and harass. Their midfield is there to tackle and harass. This harass, bro.
Yeah. And then give it to their fullbacks and their 3 forwards or 4 forwards. That's literally it. You know what? Actually, I think you know what? Having taken on board what you've just said there, maybe 4-3-3 is the way to go with a Fred, Pogba, Bruno, and then you get Rashford, Greenwood, and Cavani, for instance, or Martial, or whoever you want up top. Because then their fullbacks can be got at, and this is what we need to do. And even if we wanted to do that formation and play defensive, we could play counter attack with that and maybe sit in. But if we do have a midfield three of a Fred, Pogba, and Bruno, I'd like to see us get on the ball more. There's the thing that people talking about 3-5-2. Here's the thing is that's only a defensive formation if you play it defensively. Because the reason why I'm thinking of that, because not only can you get Bruno and Pogba in that side, you can then get a Cavani and say a Rashford central. I'm not sure if Martial's fit. He's being assessed. This is my whole point with the 3-5-2. It gets our attacking players central. You know what I'm saying?
What it is as well. You know what? You're spot on. That, like, if Martial isn't fit, then I'd say we go 3-5-2, so we have something off the bench in a Greenwood, or if he wants to play Rashford and Greenwood, or do you know what I mean? We can't. I don't think we can. The bench is going to be vital. I think. I don't think, because of how you have to remember, they're out of form. He's literally playing them against school kids when these men should be at home resting. Do you get what I'm saying? So. You know what I mean? No. So literally, that match could be 0-0 by about, say, 70 minutes, 60 minutes. And it could be down to the bench. I think it was a few seasons ago when we played when we was there with Mourinho. That happened, and they brought on Shaqiri, and he scored 2 goals. Do you know what I mean? It was pretty much that game. That game was a dead game. Do you know what I mean? The quality off the bench won them that game. Do you know what I mean? We probably had quality on the bench, but he probably just left it there because that's how Jose did when he went to Anfield for some strange reason. But I literally think you spot on there, because I forgot about Martial with that limping off and that. So even if it's the case of Martial's not 100% fit and he's there, have him on the bench then.
Just in case.
I'd still have Martial and Greenwood on the bench. You get what I'm saying? If we're doing a 3-5-2, because I know Martial's only got 15 minutes in him or something, because he's not. You get what I'm saying? So the 3 at the back could work, depending on who's available, attacking wise. Or does he say, all right then, or let's play devil's advocate? Does he then say, okay, I play whatever at the back, but I get Bruno to what you call it? I push Bruno up then. Do you know what I'm saying? He could put Donny in Bruno's position and then work something out where Bruno is closer to the forwards. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Oh, I'm saying, yeah,
He
because
has
people
options.
yeah, because people talking about the 3-5-2. Like I said, it depends on how you play it. Because not what the 3-5-2 does say for the wing backs are tellers. Gets tellers higher up the pitch. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Gets tellers, and we all know how much of an outlet he can be, and we know how Trent struggles defensively. And say you have tellers pushing up on that right hand side, and then you have Rashford drifting out there from a central position. Now Trent's got two issues to deal with, and whoever's playing right central, the holding mid for Liverpool or right centre mid, then has to drift out. Then that leaves more space centrally for your Bruno and your Pogbas and your Cavani or Martial, whoever's through the middle. That's my point with it. 3-5-2 is only we do play it in a defensive manner. I think Ronan said that. But what I'm saying is it can be played in an offensive manner, and it also makes us stronger defensively. Yeah, big up Will for the super chat as well before we continue. He said, just woke up, LOL, but big up Flawless and Jay. You know what? That means you're enjoying lockdown, which is great to hear. Yo, big up Will, constant supporter of the channel. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah, man. Shout out Will.
Will, you've been supporting in it. Man, we'll have to do something special for you or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
Will and that in it. Send you a welcome pack or something. We're gonna start setting out for you because you Chelsea fan. You're here, you get me. Sun, what is it? Rain, sun, or shine, you get me, or whatever it is. You're always
sleet,
here.
snow, everything, hurricane. You know what I'm saying?
That's always here and that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, big up Will in it on the super chat, much appreciated. Make sure as well you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. You can see it across the bottom there, ManDem United podcast. Make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. I need to add that there. Follow JV across all platforms. Follow myself. And also, we are looking to launch this month the Sarcasm City TV membership. So we're just figuring out perks. We know all I can tell you so far is there's going to be free tiers. But yeah, so obviously the low tier, middle tier, top tier, that's what it will be in it.
You might have to change the tier name. You might have to not call them tiers because the tier thing's got a bit of a bad stigma around it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so I'll let you see that exclusive for you lot. So the first tier, the first level, that's what I'll say. The first level will be Sarcasm Citizen. The second level will be Sarcasm City Soldier. And then the third level will be Sarcasm City General. There you go in it. So Sarcasm Citizens, the first level. Sarcasm City Soldiers, the second level. And then Sarcasm City, you get me, General is the third. We're trying to put this army together, you get me, the city.
Yeah, man.
It is big up Ugly Gram, big up everyone who is locked in. We appreciate it. But yeah, here's the thing is though, we're talking and people in the comments are talking about him going offensive. Personally, I don't see it. Charles Daniel who says Martial's injury isn't as bad as first fair and he trained freely today. So I expect him to be fit and play some part. A draw is even though it's Liverpool out of form and we have the attacking options to go there and win, a draw is not a bad result for us.
You know what, bro? Check this one out. I'm going to tell you right now. Let me just click this thing, what Ryan said right here.
Go on.
This is one reason why we could be victorious, but I think we could also really make a statement. The one thing what gives them that boost is their fans in these matches. That their fans don't want any other match apart from us. You know what I'm saying? Like this is when they play us, like they might look out for the Everton game. Yeah, but I'm telling you now, every Liverpool fan looks out for that United game. And the atmosphere of that stadium, as we all know, can be absolutely unbearable at times.
Yes.
For an opposition team. Yes. I'm telling you now, without those fans in there, that's going to affect them. And I think that has this season. I think that's been a major factor in where Liverpool are this season. Simply because it's like, they say that whole 13th man thing, but theirs is like 15 man. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they even do that fake thing where they play the crowd noise. Man might not know this, but they play crowd noise at Anfield. On the speakers, they play the sound. You know what I'm saying? So even though it's popping, they got extra surround sound fans as well. You know what I'm saying? So on Sunday, we're just gonna have to deal with the Dolby digital surround sound fans. You know what I'm saying? Or the sound system fans. But with their proper fans, it would be a problem. Do you get what I'm saying? And I've got one point. It's just clicked in my mind. I just remembered. Remember, you know, like how these men all love to chat about Bruno and penalties.
Yeah.
Their greatest player ever. His best ever goal scoring season. Man scored hella penalties. So don't talk about Bruno because you're God. Yeah, you're Allah, you're Jesus, you're Buddha, whatever. You know what I mean? Mr. Stevie G. He was a penalty merchant. Yeah. In his later years when he was playing off Torres. That season where he scored so many goals. How many of them were penalties? Don't start. Don't come with none of that. I know my football. You can do that with your Twitter fingers and your Insta fingers, but because you know what I mean. You started watching football from when Fergie retired, and you feel comfortable now. No. Or you erase that from your memory, like a lot of man did. Do you get what I'm saying? My man, as great as he was, because I'm not here gonna say like my man weren't great. Easily one of the best ever English players. Do you get what I'm saying? Well, it's the what was I gonna say then?
Cool.
It's the fact that you want to talk about penalties so much, but Gerrard scored a lot of penalties, bro. Let's keep it real. His best ever goal scoring season for yous was I'm sure he had about 13 penalties. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? Or he either had 13 penalties or he had 13 goals, and a lot of them were penalties. It's something along those lines. Do you get what I'm saying? So
yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go with these omens as well. People are saying last time we went to Anfield was January the 17th, 2016. So it is about time to change that. Someone also said we shouldn't play there for a draw. And I'm with you. We shouldn't play for a draw. What I'm saying is a draw is not a bad result for Manchester United.
It's not at all. It's not at all.
And this is why I can see Ole going there and playing defensive, and the fans are getting on his back. And this is when I'll say is, all right, if he goes there for a draw and he sets up defensively and we get the draw, all right, job done. I won't be happy about it, but I'll be understanding. But if he goes there and plays defensive and we lose, you should have went for it, considering it's not a Liverpool that's flying. Yes, Ryan touched on it. Their form is very good at home. They've only lost one and drew one, but with their defensive, if they had all their defense fit and they were flying, you'd be like, all right, cool. A draw away at Anfield, even when we were good and Liverpool were terrible, is always a good result. What did Fergie say? This game is now too big to lose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He would go there and set up for draws. But then the thing is, he'd go and win everywhere else. So that's where
you
know what I'm saying?
You know what it is, bro? People don't know that formula there. That was our formula year in, year out. Batter everyone else, beat half the games against the top six, and draw the rest against the top six, and you win the league. That was our formula, bro. We did that
how many times?
20, 30 years.
Yeah, like if you look at our record under Fergie away at Anfield, it wasn't too often we scored a lot of goals there, but we didn't concede a lot. But like I said, he said it became too big to lose. That's a good point. If we draw against Liverpool on the weekend, I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm not going to be ranting or raving. Like, obviously, it depends on how we set up. If we should have won the game, that's different, but I'm not. But yo, before we get going, big up Will, who says prime Yaya Toure or prime Gerrard. Prime Yaya Toure for me, Will. So I gotta say,
you know what? I'll have to say Gerrard, because Torres was like one season. Torres was like one mad season. The stats in that season were mad, though. I'm sure he had like 20 goals and like 15 assists. Man was playing centre mid and attacking mid, bro. That's mad. And don't remember them free that season? He had the maddest free kicks, bro.
Yes, he was treating free kicks like he wasn't.
Yeah, bro.
The reason why I'd say Yaya Toure, because I just remember over that 2-year period, because I know the season you're talking about, and I think it was the one before or the one after. It wasn't as crazy as that, but he was just on the
still levels. Yeah, it was still levels.
I say this all the time. When I'm watching him, it was like a year 11 playing against year 7s.
You know what it is for him?
Man, go on, fam.
You see, if he did that, those seasons earlier in his career, the career, what he could have, you know what I'm saying? It's literally, that was like the end of his career. Yeah. That was like, he was doing that he was like 30, 31 when he was doing that.
He was in his late years. That being said, he did have a good career though, in terms of Barcelona, like playing at centre back, playing at holding midfielder. But yeah, me personally, I would say Yaya. But again, I think that comes down to preference. What do you like in terms of players and that? And my central midfielders, this is why I'm a big fan of Patrick Vieira. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm a big fan of Roy Keane. He wasn't as physical as those, but physicality was a lot of his game. You know what I'm saying? Even one of those big as those. Mentality. You get me? Mentality monsters. That's why Roy Keane, one of my favorite Manchester United players of all time. Mentality was different. And you can't teach that. You can't teach somebody mentality. You can
how many man would get themselves booked and miss the final, knowing that they're going to miss the final, sacrifice themselves for the team? How many man would do that?
Yeah. Facts. It is, isn't it? But yo, big up on that last super chat. But I am going, make sure you head over now to United Central. I'm going to be on there on Real Talk, with myself, Saeed, of course, and James Redmond, innit? Obviously, you get me, Mr. Absolutes. You know what I'm saying? Man, he's the best player in the world. You get me? I don't do ifs, buts, or maybe. Do absolutes. Shout out, or as Expressions calls him, James, innit? You get me? That's what he's called now. James Redmond, innit? But yeah,
Excellent.
head over there. We're going live at 6. Make sure if you're watching this back now, you're watching this live, hit the like button. It's also available on audio-only platforms. Underneath every Sarcasm City TV video, you can find the SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes, so you can listen at work, you can listen in your car, you can listen at home while you're doing whatever you're doing. Not everyone likes YouTube. So SoundCloud, make sure you follow. Spotify, make sure you follow. iTunes, make sure you rank 5-star, isn't it? Rank, share. Yeah, what is it? Rate, share, write us a review. You know what I'm saying? 5-star us, you know what I'm saying? The ManDem United podcast. We're back today. Like I said, 7:30, I believe. The watch along for the Arsenal Crystal Palace game. Cam will be on there. Also, some of the Arsenal fans might be on there. I'm gonna jump on there. But yeah, like I said, make sure you head over to Red Talk. So all these platforms, JV89_ on Twitter. You can see it across the bottom. Make sure you follow me on Twitter as well and Instagram at That's Me Flawless. Yeah, man. Big up everyone who's supporting, man. We really, really, really appreciate it, man. Yeah, man. Hammers, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, people, this has been the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm.